Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the A to B podcast, your number one source for military entrepreneurship and entertainment. Today, like always, guys, we have a very, very special podcast episode for you guys. But guess what? Today, we're going on the road because we want to give you guys the most up-to-date information. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Cal State San Marcos, and we're going to be interviewing some college students, asking them why they decided to go to college and not the military. Was that even an option for them? Because according to a very recent congressional hearing that happened with all senior enlisted advisors for the military, people nowadays don't want to join. We're going to find out if that's true or not. Hi, so me and Abe are here in Cal State San Marcos right now, and we're going to be seeing what the students here feel. Abe, what do you think some of the answers are going to be?
Some of them are just too hard. Military is just too hard for them. Too hardcore, so school is better. They'd rather be in debt. So.
All right, well, let's find out if I can put my recruiting skills to use. We're here today with
Robert Ono.
Why did you decide to go to college and not the military?
I'm a first generation, so that was a great option for me to pursue my degree and then make my family proud.
You're first generation what?
Student.
Okay, so you're a first generation college student. Yeah. Okay, got you. What's your ethnicity?
Middle Eastern.
Okay, awesome.
I was born here.
Okay, he's Egyptian too. Now let me ask you this: is there anything that would get you interested in the military, or what do you know about the military?
Not in particular, but just because I have a goal for school and then pursuing going to corporate right after that. So that's what I'm passionate about mostly. Yeah.
What's your goal?
Just be in finance, private equity.
And what do you know about what the Marine Corps can teach you, or the military in general, before you being a student? Did any recruiter ever approach you?
No, I'm not pretty familiar with that.
Are you from here? Did you join already being here in the States?
What do you mean?
Like, are you from California, or you come from somewhere?
I'm from California, yes.
Okay, so never a recruiter approached you?
Nope.
There was a very recent meeting with the congressional, all the big enlisted people got together, and they said that people are not really interested. But how can people be interested if they don't know that this is an option for them?
It's inside of you. I mean, if I was really interested, I would have been into it right after high school, But it's what you want to pursue in life in general.
Yeah. What if I tell you that there's a job in the Marine Corps that will get you a bonus, and not only that, will teach you about the finances, give you the experiences and the clearances that you need? Would that make you interested?
I mean, if it helps me reach the goal that what I want to be in life, then it could be an option that I might look into.
So you probably consider it?
Could consider it, yeah.
Would you be opposed? Not saying that I will. I'm not a recruiter. I'm not affiliated to the United States military in any way. I'm a veteran already, right? Would you be opposed for a Marine Corps recruiter sitting down with a Marine Corps recruiter and having an interview?
Maybe, yeah.
So if you would see a recruiter walking around here right now, instead of being me, it would have been a recruiter, and he starts talking to you about this, you'd probably be like, yeah, man, I'll see it. And how likely are you to really show up? Because I see a lot of college students that say this stuff, and then they don't.
It depends, because I'm pretty busy right now, so I'm juggling 2 jobs and then school full-time, so it just depends on my schedule, so.
Okay.
But I would not do it here in school. It has to be within my own timing, so.
Okay, got you. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
I'm Zachary Davis.
Very nice to meet you, Zachary. Let me ask you this. Why did you decide to go to college and not join the military?
I just really like learning, and I have a passion for animals, so I'm trying to do wildlife research.
Were you ever approached by a recruiter when you were in high school or all throughout your university life?
I believe so, in high school.
What did he tell you about the military?
It's been a while, so I think it was more about the lifestyle, the discipline you learn, the people you meet.
Okay.
Generally.
Now that Trump is in office, would you consider, or would you not change your mind of joining the military?
I really wouldn't change my mind all that much. I'm not a hugely political person.
Okay.
So I really don't know how that changes things.
Now, what if I were to tell you that there is a job in the military, in the Air Force actually, where you can get paid doing this? Not only that, you will probably get a bonus for doing what you're doing, and the military will pay for your studies. Would that generate any type of interest for you?
Maybe a little. It would be when you mention while doing this, you mean college?
While doing college, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
The Marine Corps actually has a program that's called the MESEP program. Essentially what they do is once you join, you apply, and then you go to college full time, and then you commission as an officer to do that job. Would that generate any type of interest?
I don't think I would. I just don't think I I'm the right person. I don't do well under stress a lot.
What's your name?
Trenton.
Okay, now, brother, let me ask you this, okay? Would there be anything that would have you join the United States military? Like, why did you decide to go to college and not join the military?
I just don't think I'm physically suited to go to the military or the army or anything. If I were to do anything, it would maybe be the Navy,
Okay.
possibly, or maybe do like the Air Force or something like that. But I don't know if I'd go, strictly to battle. I don't think I could do that.
Okay, now that you are, in college, have you ever considered actually joining joining the military, like the Navy? Why the Navy?
From what I've heard, it sounds not as grueling or as hard, I guess you could say, but I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe if I just realized that college wasn't for me, I think I would entertain that, or possibly even like the police force or something like that if it came down to it.
What are they saying? I can't even understand what the hell they're saying. Do you think we should go ask him about the military?
We'll never be divided. As students united, we'll never be divided. Sin justicia no hay paz. Sin justicia no hay paz.
Well, that's a beauty that a lot of people don't really see here in the United States. It's like we as veterans, we fought for people to have that right.
Yeah.
I might not want to agree with it, but we fought for their right for us to do that type of stuff, right?
That's true.
So that's why I'm just like, dude, I don't really care. Like, whatever you feel about it, whatever you want to express yourself, that's why America is so beautiful, because you get to agree and disagree with people respectfully.
All I'm saying is I just got bigger, more important things to do, rather than just like, going around. I was like, by all means, like, if you care about my opinion, cool. If you don't, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I get that because you're not a political person, right? Like, you're not a political person. But I can guarantee you this video or them taking videos and all that stuff, like, the politicians could see that.
Yeah.
And they see it's like, okay, there's a group of people here in the United States that actually cares about this type of stuff,
Some people need to go out and, like, have their voice heard. I'm just like me personally. I'd rather be like doing important stuff. To me, at least. I'm not saying this is not important. This is obviously important to them. But I'm saying, like, to me, that's not like the priority. So I'd rather be doing something productive. Because you just got to change yourself, make yourself better in order to change everything else around you. So let's start here and then go out there. I just want someone with a camouflage backpack.
Hey, watch. Hey, excuse me, brother. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Hey, were you ever in the military?
Yeah.
See, it's that easy. He was telling me, dude, we need to find somebody with a camouflage bag. And I'm like, don't worry, dog. It's like, hey, were you in the military? It's easy. You can tell. We're interviewing college students over here today about why they decided to go to college and not the military.
I don't want to go into the military.
I respect that, okay? I'm not trying to get you to join. I'm just saying, like, what led you to that decision?
I wanted to go to school.
Were you ever approached by a recruiter?
Yeah.
What happened?
I said no thank you.
And what did the recruiter do?
They walked away. I don't know.
Walked away? What are you trying to do?
I'm going in the military.
Oh, you're going in the military?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, easy. What made you want to join the military and why not sooner?
I wanted to go in as an officer because I want to be a pilot. So I had to get my degree for that
So when are you planning on really joining the military?
after I graduate.
Okay, and this is your what year?
Senior year.
Okay, so you're almost there.
Yeah.
Did the recruiter ever talk to you about a program that's called the PLC program?
No.
Did the recruiter ever mention to you, like, what are the requirements in order for you to truly become a United States Marine Corps pilot?
Oh, I'm not going Marine Corps.
What branch made
Force.
the first approach?
Air Force.
Okay, and what did the Air Force tell you?
That I need to take the AFOQT. I need to have my degree. To be competitive, I need to have my private pilot's license.
Okay, what happens if you don't qualify to become a pilot? Let's say not only initially through through the ASVAB, but let's say they find something that says that you're not medically qualified.
I don't know.
Would you still consider the Air Force, or would you consider another branch?
I'm not sure. Probably still Air Force.
I got him thinking now. If you didn't join the Air Force because you can't become a pilot, then you would probably want to do the best. You look like a fit dude,
I appreciate it.
right?
Yeah.
So what sport do you do?
I used to play basketball and football.
Now we're talking about if you wanted to join the Air Force just for that, why not the Marine Corps? Would you explore other options?
I just don't really like the lifestyle of Marines.
Why not? What do you know about it?
You get deployed to some shitty places and you stay in some shitty places.
This is where we give you guys the factual information because we're all veterans here, right? So do you know that the majority of the bases that were in the shitty locations belong to the Air Force?
I didn't know that.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Go all over Saudi Arabia, go all over Kuwait. They're either Army or Air Force bases.
I just got family in Air Force, you know what I'm saying? I can't go Marines.
Why did you decide to come to college instead of you exploring your options in the military?
Well, I always had aspirations to go to college. That was always my goal. And, the military never really called out to me. Just was never in my, what I had in my path, what I could see.
Have you ever spoken to a recruiter?
I've talked to some, but not really in any depth.
Is there anything that will get you interested in learning more about the military?
I don't think so. I'm a business major, so I want to go into marketing and sales in my future. So as of right now, I would say no, but maybe in the future, you never.
What if I tell you that I'm a Marine Corps veteran that is currently in sales and makes over $350,000 a year because of my Marine Corps and military experience?
I'd believe you.
Wouldn't that be something that you would like to explore, knowing that there's also veterans that are very successful at doing this?
Yeah, it could definitely be something good to explore, but I still don't see that as something that I need in this current path because I'm really just focused on my business degree. And I don't.
What year are you on?
I'm in my senior year.
Okay, so you're about to get out.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that here in California it's kind of hard, right?
Yeah.
Because California has a lot of opportunities, right? But let's say that you don't find the job that you want. Would you consider the military to gain that experience?
Yeah, maybe if I was in a time where, I was either looking for something new or wasn't happy with what I was currently doing and, maybe the military was looking good or calling out to me in some way, hell yeah, I would check it out. But
okay.
I would say right now it just kind of isn't really calling out to me, honestly.
Appreciate you, man. What was your name?
Aiden.
I'm a finance major, just conflict of interest, not what I was really into.
Okay. Are you originally from this area?
Yeah, Newport Beach.
Okay. When was the last time you saw a Marine Corps recruiter or any type of military recruiter?
I got a recruitment thing in the mail, but never really pursued it because it didn't appeal to me.
Okay, got you. Now, let's say, for example, something happens, right, that all of a sudden, you do gain interest. Would Donald Trump or a Democrat president play a role in which, if you decide to join or not? Did that fucking question make sense?
No, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but not really. President wouldn't determine it. If I want to join, I feel like that's something that my mind would make up, not a president.
You look like you consider joining the military for some reason.
Nah, never. I was an athlete my whole life, so I just never.
What sport?
Soccer. I played every sport, but I played soccer the furthest.
Okay, you said that you will never consider the military. Why not?
I just don't want to go risk my life out there, not gonna lie. I'm kind of a bitch about it. I mean, not even really, but it's just it's not my. I feel like if I had to, I would, but I just wouldn't do it.
So is that your perspective of the military? That obviously we are in charge of the defense of the United States, right?
There's other positions and shit, but just I feel like there's better opportunity going to school, learning. I'm trying to become a physical therapist so I can make money that way. So I think there's better opportunity.
You're obviously very young, right? Let's say you start realizing that life is, on the outside starts getting tough. Yeah. Because that happens with a lot of people. It's life gets tough, right? Would you still consider the military or would you still consider other options?
I mean, I've family that I think would help me. Worst case, yeah. I mean, if I have to survive, I'll go to the military.
First question, are you guys protesting this?
No, it's not a counter protest. We're just here for recruitment. I didn't even know these guys were going to be out here.
There was a meeting in Congress very recently that all senior enlisted advisors said that kids, college students, essentially people that qualify for the military, are simply not interested or do not qualify to be in the United States military now in 2025. So how do you feel about that?
No, for recruitment, definitely a large problem. There's definitely need more people that are, healthy in order to serve.
Yeah.
And a lot of the population isn't, unfortunately. So we just need to use like different health programs to increase the health of the population, as well as fix a lot of our food, because there's a lot of bad stuff in our food that causes us to want the sugar, want all that stuff.
Have you ever considered joining the military?
Yes, I'm actually going to join it.
When was the last time that you saw a Marine Corps recruiter or any type of recruiter?
I saw a recruiter probably 4 or 5 years ago when I was in high school.
Okay, so you're not a junior, right? Like you've been here.
Senior here though.
You're a senior here.
Senior here, yeah.
Okay, so when are you planning on joining?
Gonna join probably a year out.
Okay.
26.
Okay, and
Navy.
Why the Navy and not any other branch?
The reason I chose the Navy is because I personally like ships, and also a lot of my family members were former military. My grandpa served during the Navy during the Cold War, so I have a lot of history reasons joining it, but also too, I wanted to build stability for myself, and also I want to serve my country. So
Okay.
I feel like the Navy's the place I want to be for that.
Okay, now would have there been anything that would have had you join the military sooner, like let's say straight out of high school instead of wanting to come to college?
No, not particularly, because I want to go in as an officer, and I want to finish college first, and get the experience of it too, rather than being in my 30s going to college for the first time.
How old are you now?
I'm 25.
If you say the Navy, right? Do you know the physical qualifications for the Navy?
No, not off the top of my head. No, I know you need a lot of sit-ups and pull-ups. You need a lot of that.
Yeah.
I need to work on that. No, that's why before I join, I would definitely be physically ready before I join up.
Okay.
I'm not gonna slack off.
Okay,
I'm
got
gonna
you.
Make sure to go to the gym, eat healthy, to be ready.
Okay.
So I'm not having to play catch up in the military to get the right physical requirement. CSUSM Republic Club, join it. Absolutely.
You're a recruiter?
Was, not anymore.
Oh.
Veteran. All right.
Oh, okay.
Served 7 years in the United States Marine Corps. I loved it. I loved my time. I'm here now as a college student.
Okay, so did you join the military straight out of high school?
No, I did not. I actually joined the Marine Corps when I was 20 years old, and then my 21st birthday was in basic school.
How is that experience transitioning from the military to becoming essentially, you went places? Did you ever go into any cool places?
I didn't necessarily go into any cool places, but it doesn't matter if you go to cool places or not. It's the experience that you have. It's the journey that you make with all your fellow Marines and also your, future brothers.
Yeah, and I get that and I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is, there's a good group of veterans that fight for the freedom, of colleges to be doing this type of stuff, right?
Of course. Yeah. I think when you say freedom, are you just trying to say as in like our rights to go ahead and be here, to speak, to learn, to actually do these things? Yeah. I completely agree. And it takes a tremendous sacrifice to do this. I have a family. I am married for the last 8 years now. And my family went ahead and suffered a lot when I was gone for a year out of time.
For me personally, I'm thinking of military one day as well, to one day see the world and try to serve my country too one day.
Okay, awesome. So what would take you to serve your country now?
Right now I have college classes, man, but I'm pretty busy, but hopefully when I graduate soon, I'll maybe help offer my services to the US military.
Are you paying for college right now?
No, financial aid, my friend.
Did you know that when you sign up for FAFSA, you actually sign up for selective service?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's actually in the clause. That's why the government gives you free money. So that way they have your information. That way in case there's a war and service changes from, how it is now to draft mode, they already know who to call and where to contact you. And they know where to put you because they already know that they pay for your college.
Wow, I didn't know that. But thank you for informing me, sir.
Yeah, of course. What would it take for you to actually consider going to a Marine Corps recruiting office?
Hopefully, if I'm not too busy and I work out a lot in the gym, I think I would like to offer my services one day.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're all veterans.
Hi. Hi, I'm Albert, and we're recording.
And we're just curious, you know, there's a lot of people like Congress, like big name people, are talking about how like college students are like qualified, they're not fit to, you know, they're not fit to like go in the military and things like that. But we disagree with that. We think that you guys are more than able to. So we're just walking around and asking, you know, like if the military was ever an option or if you were ever approached before joining a college, and what was the deciding decision for you to like, you know, go to college? I'm from the Middle East myself, so I'm seeing what you guys
in the military.
Well, you know that
he's transitioning out of the military.
So I've been in the military for 9 years now in the Marine Corps. So, so that's why I'm asking. I was like, okay, like what was the thing that like drove you guys from the military? Because being in the military, we see like the inside picture, you know. So we see a lot of things like it's not like that's not what it is, but okay, whatever. That's your freedom of speech. So we're just walking around asking like, what was the deciding decision for you to go to college versus joining the military, you know, and then what things that you know could have changed your mind. If you guys don't mind joining me for this.
I'm Arab too, and nice to meet you. I would never join the military.
From where?
From Iraq.
You're بتتكلمي عربي كويس ولا لا؟
عراقي.
عراقي يعني قريب من المصري شوية.
Yeah.
I moved here when I was 14, so I still have my Arabic.
So why did you join? Same like the distraction.
So I joined because I just saw like the bigger picture. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I played drums in high school, and a Marine Corps recruiter came up to me and he was like, "Hey, do you know that we can pay for everything? You can play drums as a job, you know, and then we'll pay for everything. You know, we'll pay for your college, we'll pay for everything." I was like, "I'm not interested," you know. And like one of my mentors told me they had joined. So I went and auditioned, you know, and then eventually like plans changed. I learned more about the Marine Corps. I was like, I just want to go be a Marine. I started learning more about the military itself and what they actually do. It's not what you see on TV. All the stuff that you see on TV, like the hardcore, like yeah, like military, that's not all it is, right? So what are you majoring in right now?
Criminology.
Okay, did you know that you can do that in the military? Where you're not in war at all, but you're just like working in an office.
It's like being affiliated with it is like compromising my values as an Arab.
Okay, that's understandable. What about you?
What was the question?
What's your major?
Environmental studies.
Did you know that you could do that in the military?
Yeah, I knew that and I decided not to. I was approached by recruiters too in high school, and I was unwilling to compromise my values. And with the luck of keeping good grades and FAFSA, I was able to put myself through college instead of compromising my values.
That's great. Did you know that utilizing FAFSA actually puts your name out there? So if our military recruiting system was ever to change and we turn into a draft kind of like in World War I or World War II,
I would be a conscientious objector in any draft.
Why did you decide to leave the military?
So here's the thing. So I joined the military when I was 19 years old. I traveled the world. I went to Japan. I traveled all over. I've been on deployments. I went to the Middle East. And then I accomplished my goals in the military. You know, I finished my college. I became a drill instructor actually. So I just got done being a drill instructor down in San Diego. I got everything that I wanted out of it. And I was like, that's it. Now after 9 years, that's it for me. So are you a Christian or a Muslim?
Muslim.
You're a Muslim. And I'm Sihi. So I'm that means, you know, so, and then we know that sometimes there's like conflicts and stuff like that, you know, maybe that's where like our values may change a little bit. But what values do you think the military kind of conflicts with your values?
It's just like an occupying force, you know. You don't need to be in the Middle East. You've destabilized the Middle East. Not you, but the U.S. military.
There's no better feeling than like when we go to the Middle East, you know, and we're helping the locals, like helping the Iraqi military, Afghan military, and like we're training them to stand up for their values. What really is, you know, we're not going to go in depth into it, but this is the stuff that we see, like they're working hand in hand together. There's no like, oh, we hate this or we hate that. It's like, how can we go in there and how can we support you and make you stronger so you can stand up on your own so we can leave knowing that you're going to be in good hands. This is something that we learned inside, so that's kind of like where the values like, okay, maybe it's not all the bad that we see on TV. Maybe there is a greater purpose that a lot of people are not seeing it, but of course you have to be like in it to like know.
Thank you.
Are you
Thank
Arab?
you guys. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm Puerto Rican as hell.
Oh, nice.
That's what it is.
So why did you join the military?
Oh, why did I join the military? My dad was in the military. He really inspired me to be a role model. So originally it was because of that. Not only that, but because when I was in high school and I was in 12th grade, I used to like to party a lot. So that's why I was like, man, if I take this to college, I'm probably going to freaking fail. And I didn't want to set up myself for failure, and seeing the example that my dad provided me with him being in the military, getting his studies paid, becoming a professional, you know, and essentially, you know, doing all the things that fathers do. I decided that's what I wanted to do. And now, I'm a very successful individual, and a lot of the things that I do give is for the military, due to my time in the military.
Do you think that Puerto Rico is occupied right now?
Oh, 100%. We can get into that conversation. Yes, 100%. But here's what a lot of people, no, not by the military, but by the government, which is worse. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people here in the United States, specifically here in California, have no idea what's really happening in Puerto Rico. It is a harbor for billionaires to go invest their money there and essentially not get their money back. I 100% get that. But you know who put us in that position? If you were to take a guess.
You're going to say the government, right?
What do you think?
The U.S. government?
When you refer to government, are you referring to the United States government?
Government, yes.
No. We put ourselves in that position.
Who's we?
We, the Puerto Rican people.
No, that's victim blaming.
No.
Legitimizes the U.S. occupation.
No, it's not. I'm Puerto Rican. You can't come and tell me as a Puerto Rican that it's not our people's fault because I lived there. I'm not coming from California, fighting for a cause that's like thousands of miles away. I was just in Puerto Rico, and I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. You see what I'm saying? So that's not victim blaming.
I can't speak on behalf of Puerto Ricans, but I speak on behalf of like from the perspective of an oppressed person or an oppressed identity, and I don't think that it's the people's fault that they're in that situation.
There is, because they elect the government officials just like they elect the government officials. This is not Iraq. This is not Iran. This is not Cuba. This is not Venezuela. This is Puerto Rico, which still falls under and gets governed by United States law. And we have a democracy just like we do. I know, but what happened when Saddam Hussein was there? Was it really a democracy?
No.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Put Saddam Hussein in that place.
True, and that's a very good conversation. That is very true. The United States put people in that conversation. But listen, I can have this conversation all day, but this is the type of conversations that we have to come peacefully and really have this conversation. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can debate my points because of my perspective, of my stories, and the things that I've experienced, and you can do it too. And we can agree to disagree. That's what really needs to happen at the way bigger level, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, guys, it was very nice to meet you guys, okay? So, we're going to continue walking around here. Let's see if we can start heading back. You know what? No. I know what we should do. Yeah, I know what we can do. We can see if I can still put my recruiting skills to use. We can do another video where we are walking around and we're trying to get one of these guys to go to the Marine Corps recruiting office. Hey, stay tuned and make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe, because we are going to be walking around here and we're going to see if I'm as good as I think I am, okay? And we're going to see if we can get one of these applicants, qualified applicants, to go to the recruiting office. As of this video, it's crazy. It's crazy to get the feedback. Where can people reach out to you, Abe?
Just go to the link in my bio. Just connect, you got all my socials in there, and then we can do whatever. We can just connect.
Guys, you guys know where to follow me. Make sure you guys go to Ramos_Capital, and we are going to be going to you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys.